Okay, welcoming everyone once again. This is Lennox for digital parenting. We know that the world is now digitalized in every aspect. You don't even have to be in the tech industry to experience the effects of digitalization. And that being said, it's very vital for the parents to stay informed. Yeah, it's very vital for parents to stay informed, know what is obtainable out there, and particularly understand how this digitalization affects their kids both now and in the future, thereby positioning themselves in a way that they will not get surprises. I've, I was speaking with my younger brother that runs tech um, sales. He sells tech systems and also repair systems. And one day, a girl of 8 years came to his shop asking him to help him install an app that the school said they should install an app. And he was like, which app is that? And then surprisingly, the girl showed him TikTok. My brother told her that this cannot be a school requirement. Who told you that? And she was not saying that, yeah, I just want to install it so that in my leisure time I can have fun. Imagine a girl of 8 years installing TikTok, and we all know what is going on out there. We know what's nakedness, like a lot of things going on in the social media space. So we need to be informed. So we stay strategize effectively and ensure our kids are well trained, utilize their tech for better, not for worse. So here with us is Miss Chioma Okoli. She is an early age parenting coach. Personally, I've benefited a lot from her parenting coaching. I've been with her. I also enrolled for one-on-one coaching with her because initially I was having issue with parenting my two boys. They were just something else, but eventually meeting Choma helped me a lot to position myself and know how to manage the kids. Currently, I'm so impressed with the results I'm seeing. And I felt that many parents out there will need this and also hear from her. She really has a lot of things, a lot of experts. And she's someone that is so committed to research, and she will be opening her eyes to many of the findings, especially in regards to how this technology affects child development, their brain development, and many more. Let's welcome in Ms. Choma Okoli. We are happy to have you here in our midst. Take the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's evening from Nigeria. So, good evening, everyone. I trust to be having a wonderful weekend. It's been wonderful from my end. Okay, I just finished coming from a wedding. All right, so it's been a wonderful weekend for me. All right, so I am an early years parent coach, like she introduced me, and I am particularly passionate about the conversation today because this is the first generation, right, that are being raised strongly immersed in in technology, screens, gadgets, and all of that, phones, tablets, laptops, and what have you. And the truth is that it's not going away tomorrow. Now, it's not going away. And it doesn't even matter whether you have money or you do not have money. These things are everywhere. In fact, some of our children come forward or are given birth to with cameras right before their heads are brought out from the mother's womb. So the question is not, will my child use tech? The question is, how do I engineer tech use for my child? Or how do I get my child to be in that space where he or she understands how to use technology and is AI literate enough to know how to use or what course is what I know about technology going to be for? And that's really something that is worth a lot of effort from parents. All right. So we're going to dive right into what I've been asked to share with us, and it's going to be short, such a short time, about 30 minutes. And I have just 10 slides here, so I'm hoping that if I use about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to discuss about this, to discuss about each slide, we're going to be done just in time, right? However, I'm going to try to make sure that we understand each of the things we are going to discuss here so that it's not just about trying to finish 10 slides and we don't even get any of the information in any of the slides. So having said that, let's go right into what we have. So we are discussing the important topic, raising children in a digital world, what every parent should know. Now, the point of this class, right, is to get us in that place where we don't give screens to our children because we don't know any other thing to do with them. All right. We don't allow them to sit before a television because they've been giving us troubles and we don't know what else to do. So come and sit here, right? Let's say we've been doing that. We forgive you. But after this class, I am going to judge you if you continue doing that. Don't think I'm not seeing you where you are. If you think I'm not seeing you, there is somebody that is going to see you, and that is God, who actually gave each and every one of us the children we have, and is going to judge us, right? And no, I'm not even talking about children who are using screen for the wrong things. I've not even gotten there, and unfortunately, we won't even have the opportunity to talk about it here so that we can finish with what we have. And on that note, a lot is happening on the negative side. And, you know, listen to the young girl who is 8 years, even has access to a device and is asking for TikTok in Nigeria, right? And for us adults who are in TikTok, we understand how TikTok rolls, and it shouldn't be a street for an 8-year-old. And not just that, it shouldn't be a street for an 8-year-old. This 8-year-old even has the iPhone 3 to tell a lie about the person she wants to install the app. So where are the parents of this 8-year-old? How did she even get a device that she could take to the market to go to a shop and ask someone to install an app in? So we find out that screen use is actually rewiring our children's brain in a way that if we don't look into it, there's going to be a lot of trouble. Okay, so let's go right into what we have for today. All right, and I'm not going to read through the learning outcomes so that we don't take too much of our time. The learning outcomes are on the flyers that you saw already, okay? Or if you're in the WhatsApp groups, you could drop that particular flyer again so that you look at what we're going to do. So please, can we go to the next slide so we, okay. So the reality of childhood today is that today's children, okay, I've mentioned this, so there's no point going into it. But the point here is that children need digital skills and AI literacy. That's no doubt. Like, that is no doubt at all. To succeed in tomorrow, even in today's world, right? Succeed in today's world and in tomorrow's world, they're going to need to be digitally skilled. They're going to need to be AI literate. And of course, I love it that what Lenexity is doing, they now have a section for children where they skill them up. And the way their curriculum is structured, I've actually had to take a look at it. The way it's structured is such that your child is not just consuming something, right? Your child is not just sitting before a screen and learning something. So it's actually a beautiful structure they have in here to help children, right? And that 2 times a week is also fine so that the children have all of the time to go through the learnings, the task, and all of that without being pressurized. Because another thing is that for children to love learning, or for their curiosity and love for learning to be sustained, by the way, every child is given birth to with a longing to learn. Yes. And every child has the capacity to learn. But between the time that the child is born, the things that happen around the child, and the activities in the school, this love for learning gets lost, especially for learning in a structured academic system. Because even those that dropped out from school, they don't cease learning, they continue learning, just that it's no longer in a structured school system. All right. So every child is born with the innate longing and desire to learn. So as parents, one of the things we also want to preserve is that our child's hunger to learn, or willingness or motivation to learn, is intact no matter what. So the two days a week structure that they have is also good, so that these children learn without being pressurized. In Nigeria today, we have the slang school now scam, because there is a generation of children who went into school without even making sense of what school is about. And so we send them to school because we want them to be there, and not necessarily because they are they are old enough to be in schools. Recently I started interacting with school teachers and holding workshops for them to enable them discipline better and teach better in schools. And I was telling them that we actually don't have any business sending a child of 6 years, less than 6 years old, to school. But that's what we do in Nigeria, right? You see crutches, you see less than 1 year, and you see pre-nursery. Funny enough, the people in pre-nursery are supposed to write the exam. Yeah, they're supposed to write the exam and take first position, right? I was telling them that exam they are doing is an unnecessary pressure on them. Number one is that we've pushed them to be in school every morning. The time that they are supposed to be sleeping, we are interrupting that sleep, early morning sleep, so that they can bathe, brush their teeth, all of that. Now they get to school, the pressure is taking a notch higher through examinations and all of that. Okay, that was right a diversion. So let's get back to what we're saying. But I'm saying that we need to preserve our children's hunger to learn, even in AI literacy aspects and digital skills. And that is because the world we are in today, for you as an adult to be highly productive, whether you're self-employed or in businesses, you need or government employed, right? You need AI skills. You need to be AI literate. You need to have digital skills to be able to stand out. Else, what an AI literate person will do in 2 hours, you take 2 weeks to do it. Not because you don't know how to do it, but because the nature of you doing it as an individual is going to take you 2 weeks. So if you're an employer, right, or a supervisor, and you have a person who delivers excellent work in 2 hours, and you have another person who delivers excellent work in 2 weeks, who are you going to promote? It's the person that delivers it in 2 weeks. I mean, the person that delivers it in 2 hours, rather, not the one that delivers it in 2 weeks. The one that delivers in 2 weeks will tell you, I did all the work. It took me, we know you did all the work. It took you all the time, but you could have made it faster with AI skills. And that brings me to the important part in this conversation. Don't just let your child be AI literate. Find a way to be also AI literate yourself. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Your child cannot be talking about skills and you're like, oh, wow. And you're like, it is your generation. Hello. If you are a millennial listening to me, like I am, right? Or a Gen Z parent listening to me, you can learn these things. Yeah, you can. Last year, I was in Lenexity video editing class. I really didn't have so much time on my side, but I had to learn it. I also learned graphic designs. And, it's continuous. I've not ended there. Because for me to actually be in a position where I can interact with my children, I need to also know what their world looks like. So you cannot throw your child into an AI literacy and digital skill world, and you, the parent, don't even have an idea. Now, I'm not saying you should go and register if you're not ready to register. You can just keep it in your mind that, I need to do this.